how much money did I make as an investment banking associate? What's up, guys? It is your boy Jerome back at it with another video. I recently graduated with my MBA from UNC's Kenan-Flagler Business School, which is a top 10 investment banking recruiting school, and then went on to work as an investment banking associate for the last year. I know you guys have been patiently waiting for this video, so let's just jump right into it. In my first year as an investment banking associate, I made... Just kidding, that would be super lame. Could you imagine if I just told you right at the beginning of the video? No, I'm obviously gonna make you guys watch this video. Today we're gonna be talking about a lot of different numbers, but to keep everything simple, we're gonna be talking about the gross value, which is basically everything before tax, before your 401k, before anything, just how much money they are paying you. And if you guys like this video and are interested in finding out how much money actually came to my bank account after taxes and all my expenses, then make sure to like this video, hit that subscribe button, and maybe I'll make that video next week. We're gonna be breaking this video up into 3 separate parts. So that's gonna be 1, the base salary that they paid me, 2, the signing bonus that they paid me when I actually accepted my job from my MBA program, and 3, the performance bonus that I got after my first year of work. Well, I guess technically after my first 9 months of work, but you get the point, a performance bonus. So let's jump right in with my base salary. Now, just like any other office job, investment banking is going to be paid on a salary basis, meaning you're going to get a paycheck every 2 weeks. Unlike a lot of blue-collar jobs that are hourly and able to qualify for overtime, meaning if they work more than 40 hours a week, they'll get 1.5 times their pay, a salaried job doesn't usually have that concept of overtime. So whatever your salary is just how much you get paid regardless of how many hours you work. And oftentimes people always joke about how when you add up the hours that an investment banker works, it ends up being minimum wage or even less than minimum wage. Let's cut that out, okay? We all know that that's not true. And I'll come back and tell you why that's not true. But first, let's talk about my salary. These rates are pretty standard across all of the big investment banks, but as a first-year investment banking associate, I made for my base salary $175,000 a year. If I had stayed to become a second-year associate, that number would have gone up to $200,000 per year. If I'd stayed to be a third-year associate, that number would have gone up to $225,000 per year. Let's quickly go back to that myth that investment bankers make less than minimum wage. We already know that investment bankers work between 60 and 100 hours a week on average. If you work 80 hours a week, that comes out to 4,160 hours per year. If you're getting paid $175,000 a year, divide by 4,160, that comes out to an hourly rate about $42 an hour. Even if you push the hours worked to the absolute maximum that I ever worked to about 120 hours a week, that still comes out to about $28 an hour. So please, stop with the investment bankers don't make minimum wage nonsense. And before you guys come at me with the whole,
no, we weren't talking about associates, we were talking about analysts.
An analyst's annual salary is $110,000 before bonus, which comes out to $17 an hour, so relax, okay? Chill out. Moving on to part 2, which is the signing bonus. Usually this signing bonus is offered to you after you've completed your internship with them or gone through some strenuous interview processes and they want to offer you a job. Now, this signing bonus is typically an incentive to get you to sign sooner rather than later. So usually they're graduated. What that means is if you sign within the first 14 days, you get 100% of the signing bonus. If you sign within the first month, maybe you get 90%. If you sign within the first 2 months, you get 70%, and so on and so forth until it kind of plateaus at the lowest possible number. For example, in my case, after my internship, I got my job offer in August, and if I signed within the first 14 days, I got the full amount. If I signed after 2 months, I got $10,000 less, and if I signed after 3 months, I got another $10,000 less than that, and that's where they capped it. Now, this sort of bonus is a lot more subjective on the firm you work for, what city you live in, and a bunch of other different factors. This number could be significantly higher or significantly lower, just depending on those different factors and which firm you actually go to. For me, I was pretty sure that I did not want to re-recruit at a different bank. I had a great internship experience. I liked the people. Everyone was nice to me. So I was pretty sure early on that I was going to accept the job offer no matter what. So I signed right away on the same day that I got the offer, and they paid me a signing bonus of $50,000. So okay, at this point for my first 12 months as an investment banker, we are up to $225,000. So on to part 3. Let's talk about the performance bonus. Typically, this performance bonus, while it is based on you as an individual, it's more so based on how well the firm as a whole did. And that's especially true at the junior level as an analyst or as an associate. The more senior you get, the more your bonus is actually tied to how much business you're bringing the firm. But at the junior levels, it's more kind of holistic. Typically, the way that this works is you've got 5 different buckets that you can fall into, from significantly exceeds expectations all the way down to does not meet expectations. At the very middle bucket, at the associate level, you can expect typically around 100% of your base salary as a performance bonus. You heard me right. I said 100% of your base salary. So another $175,000. Now, before you think that's what I got paid, let me explain. As an MBA associate, technically, you haven't even worked at the firm for a full year when this bonus is paid out. This bonus that we got in March 2023 was for full year 2022, and I only started working at the firm in July after I had graduated from my MBA program. So those 6 months from July to December are actually considered what they call a stub period. And then full year 2023 would have been when I was an associate 1. Because of that, those first 6 months you actually get a prorated rate on your bonus. And before you think,
Oh, Jerome, you worked 50% of the year, so you'll get 50% of that bonus.
that's not exactly how it works. Oftentimes banks use that 6-month period kind of as a ramp period for their new MBA associates, and so they use that as kind of a justification to pay you a little bit less than 6 months worth. And truthfully, stub bonuses just across the industry were a little bit on the lower side this year. I've heard numbers from $0 to $20,000 to even some people getting laid off. My firm, though, was very generous to give us a really, really good bonus relative to kind of what our peers at other banks were making. And so my stub performance bonus that every MBA associate got at the same time was another $50,000. So with my base salary, signing bonus, and stub bonus, my total income is now up to $275,000 for 12 months. But before you click away, I want to include one other piece. I want to also include how much money I made as a summer intern so we get a full picture of how much money I made as an investment banker total. I also want to make clear that because I was a student and I wasn't making any money, I actually used all of my internship money before I even started full-time. So that wasn't a part of my budget at all, but I still think it'd be interesting to figure out what the number is. I interned at my firm summer of 2021 when the first year associate pay was actually $150,000. While not all banks were gracious enough to do this, the firm that I worked for actually paid us at that first year associate rate, just for 10 weeks instead of the full $150,000, obviously. That comes out to approximately $2,900 per week. And actually at the end of the summer, they also paid us for 1 week's worth of vacation that we had accrued, even though we weren't allowed to take vacation at all. So they actually paid us for a full 11 weeks. So with that extra week's worth of pay that they gave us, we made for that summer a total of $31,730. So adding up all of those numbers together, my base salary, my signing bonus, my performance bonus, and the money that I made for my internship, my total compensation for being an investment banker for 1 year plus 10 weeks was $306,731.77. Even just hearing that number back now just seems absolutely ridiculous, and honestly, where the hell did all that money go? I have no idea. But if you guys want to know how I spent my entire investment banking salary, make sure to like this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel, and come back next week and maybe you'll find out. Thank you guys again for watching this video. As always, my name's Jerome, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.